Hey, what's up, guys? We are up against Villa again today here in the FA Cup. Remember, this is the World Super League FA Cup, which means that not every team in the world, but there's something like 1,200 teams that are in this. And hopefully that means that they won't be as hard here as they were in the league, but we'll see what happens. We kind of have the B squad out there against them. It's not fully a B squad because we're kind of doing weird things in the back with the defense. We really, though, want to win here. This is... I think this is a round of 8 here in the FA Cup, if I remember right. Here's Lahm with the throw over to Law, and Law is taken down. Lahm, however, has his back and wins that ball, and that is over here with Pogba in the end, and he knocks that one over everybody's head. That ends up being a goal kick. And so the animations, of course, and this is FM23, are not exactly spectacular. FM24 hopefully is a little bit better. I'm looking forward for FM25, as I think I've said before. I want to see what the new engine looks like because as far as this is concerned, some of these animations are kind of silly. You get a lot of guys sort of just standing there. Let's see if we can't get this ball off of them here and have an attack the other way. That's in defense that we're kind of suspect. Giggs is able to win this over to Pogba. That's an awful pass by Giggs. Edwards now over to Mount, down to Law, and this looks a little bit better, but Law's pass moving forward isn't great. Pogba with a good tackle. Charlton finds him, and Pogba's shot, unfortunately, at the end is not really that great, but that was a great tackle by him to win the ball back here, and this is kind of, that down in the mud and the dirt type of match. We have a big crowd on hand, of course, and we need to win because we are in need of money. So, the one thing that makes the world go round, of course, is money, and that's the thing that we need more desperately than anything else. Charlton here. The reason why is because I put us in 900 million euros of debt, and that was a good save by their keeper. Boy, we just about had that one through. Here's Charlton here, and we know that we have the corner set up the way we want it to be. Pogba can't get to that, but Edwards does in the back, and it's Charlton again, and we set it up. Charlton, though, with poor control, ends up losing the ball. So we're going to have to figure something else out. This was a good job here in the front. It was Charlton here with the good pass back to Giggs and over to Edwards, and his shot is just barely saved by their keeper. I mean, that was about as close, I think, as you can get. We are knocking on the door again. We love knocking on that door. And Charlton here intercepts the pass. So every time he does something bad, he does something good, and then he knocks that one off the post. So he doesn't score. Lahm here with this, and we need to get a goal, and Lahm is dispossessed again, and it's a throw for us. Not exactly what we wanted. But the players look inspired. They look to be happy. They seem to be trying hard, and that's what we want at this stage. And we just need a goal to show for it, and let's see if we can't win this ball off of them. Zaniolo is running in front of everybody, and this pass goes in, and we need to get a wall up there to stop them from shooting. They do have a shot, but it's over everyone's head. And it's back with us for goal kick. Monzeglio over to Edwards, down to Pogba. Looking for Charlton, and the through pass is not quite through enough, and this is going to lead to a good counterattack by Aston Villa. We're fortunately able to knock that one out for a throw, and we're having some more problems with them. I mean, this is the problem that we had in that Premier League match that was the draw, which is that they seem to be able to get behind us pretty easily. We are playing at home here, so you would think we'd have a little bit more of an advantage moving forward, but I haven't really seen it yet. So, we'll see what happens. Maybe something good will take place as this game continues, but we're running out of highlights here, it looks like. Here's Mount with the free kick, looking for somebody down there, not sure who. It's with Monteglio, and he gives up possession and wins it back, and he's got Mount coming in, and the head of Mason Mount has put us up 1-0. This is the same Mason Mount that I'm actually trying to get rid of, but don't tell him that. I don't know if he remembers that or not. Monteglio did a good job here to hold on for a second, win the ball back, and let Mount have the time to move up, and he was just unmarked. Nobody's even close to him, and that makes it 1-0 for United, and that's exactly what we want to see. So 1-0 now the score. Here's Lahm with the throw over to Law. Law back to Monteglio, over to Law again to Edwards, back to Monteglio. He'll find Trésor, and we'll pass around the back. Edwards now down to Pogba. Pogba looking for Charlton. He doesn't get there, and then he wins it in the end. And Bobby Charlton, really physical player, knocks this forward for Law, and Law's head gets that goal in, and it's 2-0 for United, just like that. So 2 goals in 2 minutes, and we knew that the break was going to come eventually, and it has come for us. And we've done a mighty fine job of getting ahead in this match. So let's hope that this is a precursor of good things to come. You'll notice here, by the way, that we don't have the big three up front. That's because our next match is going to be a Champions League match, and we need to beat Atalanta. And the Champions League is actually more important than the FA Cup because there's more money. So as I said, we need the money, and I hope that they'll show us the money so that we have the incentive needed to go in and win. And it's Zaniolo again, and he's got one back. Nicolo Zaniolo is a great player. You can see it from that. And he's been giving us nightmares all day long. 2-1 now the score, and that means this is another close one. And you know how I feel about these close matches. We hate to see them close like this. Zaniolo just runs past our defense, and nobody really gives him much to think about or worry about. And you know, he does what you're supposed to do, get in close and then take the shot, and that was about it. Let's see if we can prevent another one from going in, and we do. We get this over to Mount. He loses control, however, and they have the ball. It's with Bailey now. His shot is a run down. That's out for a corner. So we're about, I don't know, maybe 7-8 minutes here from halftime, and we have to defend another corner, and we are able to win this in the air, thankfully. Edwards heads this forward looking for Mount. That's going to be the end of the highlight. Mount, unfortunately, looked like he had that corralled and was able to go back for a counterattack, and then he lost it straight away. But we were good at getting our heads down and getting in the way of the shot. And it's such a funny thing to think about, right? That somebody's running and just so happens to run right in the path of the ball. It looks funny. If you zoom in a lot on Football Manager, at least FM23, you'll notice that a lot of animations look kind of weird still. Not as bad as it used to be, but it's still a little bit odd. Giggs, though, with an excellent job getting in front of that one. Passes to Law, but it's too far in front of him. And so let's see what we can do with Zaniolo again. He's the one who gives us nightmares. Over to Bailey, to Digne, back to Bailey. And Bailey hands it to Yashin. So, okay, if that's the best you can do, then we'll accept that. It was a little bit of give and go here, and it kind of worked, but not really all that well. And, I mean, there was nothing to that shot at all. He just sort of handed it in. Now, that's another place where the animation could use some help, right? Where if you had a shot that maybe didn't have so much on it, it'd be nice to show something that isn't just the player handing the ball to the keeper like that. I mean, it was ridiculous. It's not exactly a long throw, a short throw. Pogba now with it over to Law. Law takes a shot, and that is almost in. That forces a really, really good save. So Law looks like he may be about to score again. I do think that the recent praise is justified, and let's win this match. Giggs over to Pogba now, up to Charlton. Forward looking for Law, and that's just a little bit too far forward. Diego Carlos knocks that out for a throw. Giggs with the throw over to Law. Law down to Bobby Charlton, who takes a shot. Not exactly a great angle for the shot. They had that red all the way. So we do get the shot in, but it's not quite the shot that we wanted. And let's see if we can't win this ball back off of them quickly. And now they're in again. It's a Gerard Deulofeu. I'm not sure how to say that. You can tell me down below. Anyway, Aston Villa have equalized here, and this is actually pretty poor from our defense. Martinez doesn't know what he's doing, and this other guy here, Giggs, is far behind the player. And that was pretty bad. So we're going to have to probably take a couple substitutions here. Looking quickly at this and seeing who's playing well and who's not. Yeah, Trezor, no surprise here, is playing poorly. De Vici will come on for him because we need to win. Edwards will come out, and we'll put Casemiro on. I don't think I've said Edwards' name even once. And Lev Yashin not exactly having the best of matches either, but we'll keep him in. And so we take 2 men out and see what we can do. Lahm over to Law, and it's back to Lahm to Casemiro to Pogba. Pogba back to De Vici. So let's move back a second for Martinez now to Charlton over to Giggs. Giggs down to Charlton again, and he gives it up. And Martinez gets it back over to Giggs again, back to Martinez over to Pogba. Pogba back to Martinez to De Vici. We need to open them up somehow. Giggs has it on the side, and he's fouled right away, and that's a red card. That's a ridiculous red card. Why are they giving him a red card for that? So I have no idea what that was all about. It didn't look like it was a vicious foul to me at all. I'm surprised they even gave him a yellow. De Vici over to Monteglio, back to De Vici to Pogba. So we have an advantage here. Let's take advantage of this. Law up to Giggs, and Giggs has Mount's offside. Mount's offside. There's no question about that. They're going to take a look at it, but they're going to take this one back, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's disallowed, as I thought it was going to be. He looked offside here, right here, and you're playing against the ball, I suppose, but it looked, with the naked eye, it looked like it was offside. Pogba over to Martinez. Martinez to Charlton, back to Martinez, up to Giggs. Good. Giggs, and he stays with it. Good job. Forward to Pogba, who takes a shot. And, if he just had a little bit more sort of flair on his shot, I think that would have gone in. But remember, this is the young Paul Pogba, and that's the reason why we're seeing some of these struggles early on. Giggs did a very good job with this, and Pogba got in a great position, and he just needs to blast it is what he needs to do when he's in that situation. Here's Bobby Charlton again taking a corner. And it's over to De Vici. Casemiro now with it. And he came close to knocking one in and sort of sneaking one in there at the end. Didn't quite work out. And I'm trying to look to see if we have anybody else who's having a poor match. He needs to come off, or somebody who's tired. Monseglio is looking fatigued, and so we're going to take him off next. And, of course, that's a problem because he's been a big part of our offense coming there from the back. We'll put Figueroa on for him. Kind of don't want to put John Terry on because I'm not so sure of his ability in a match like this. If it's a league match, I do it. Figueroa up to De Vici, on to Martinez, to Charlton, forward to Mount. Here we go. There it is, and he's onside this time, and that makes it 3-2 for United, and that must be a winner. That's got to be the winner. We just have to defend for another 15 minutes, but that's got to be it. You hate the feeling that that's going to be your game winner. And so there we have it. We got the goal right away, and it was a good pass by Bobby over to Mason, and then it was all over but the shouting. 3-2, Manchester United. Boy, Aston Villa play us hard, don't they? And this is not the club I was expecting to have this sort of struggle against. Of course, we'll see. We still have to play Barcelona and Bayern Munich in league matches. That'll come up in a couple days. And so we'll see how that goes. Now we have to prevent them from getting back in on us right away. Good defending, and Levi Yashin adds to his total by making the save. And now it's De Vici making the header to save this over to Figueroa to Mount, and this might turn into something. Mount has men. Does he know that he has them? Now he tries to do this himself. It's out for a corner, which is probably the best that you could expect. I mean, there are about 5 guys between him and any potential passing partners. Mount is going to take this one far post, and it ends up being back to Casemiro, who has another chance over to Mount. This is kind of weird, and Mount gives up control right away. I'm not sure what that was supposed to be. Here's Bobby Charlton now, and takes a shot, and it goes in. So that's goal number 12 for him, and it's 4-2 for Manchester United, and that must be the winner. What was a close match has now become not quite as close as it once was. 4-2 for United. This looks good. All is right with the world. We are in charge. Everybody has their fists up in the air, and we are celebrating. The home fans are ecstatic. We only have a few minutes left, and I think we should be fine. Just a little bit more to go. I'm not sure what happened to Levi Yashin in this match, but he's not played as well as he really should. And that's almost an own goal by Aston Villa. We would welcome that. Let's see if we can get this ball back off of them. Giggs is out of steam. There's no question about that. Diego Carlos now with a shot from range, and it doesn't do anything. They're trying to get 2 goals at once, which is never going to work, and it will lead you to making really foolish decisions. Levi Yashin, not really a great match for him. We're going to talk to him about that and say that you need to do a little bit better than this next time around, but it doesn't really matter that much because we are through to the next round of the FA Cup. Charlton will miss this, and Pogba has attempted a header. He looks like he's just going to nod to the girl in the 10th row. Charlton over to Pogba, Casemiro to Mount to Law. It's a bloodbath out there in the center, and somebody's been booked. No, they're just calling Mount for the foul, and he's kind of dancing around. I've never seen that before where he's dancing like that. I'm not sure what he's supposed to be doing. All sorts of weird things in Football Manager today. 1.99 the XG, 4 goals, so we did well as far as that's concerned. Gave up 2 on only 4 shots, so we will have a talking to with the keeper. And there you have it. See you again tomorrow with another one. Bye.